Badness can't park. Badness can't park. Daddy was a great black shark. Mama was a rolling stone. She had to find her own. Things are going on the corner. She a carry things cross the border. Brother left her to slaughter. 6 pitney for feed your honor. And everyone in this life has made mistakes. Temptations pushed up in my face. Find it hard not to take a taste. Everyone in this life has made mistakes. Temptations pushed up in my face. Find it hard not to take a taste. And they say, you should sell your soul for the fine life. But I say unto thee, don't let them steal your dignity. Don't let them rob you of your life. Wouldn't you rather be here? But we all want to live the fine life. Rockabye, hush, little baby, don't you say a word. Mama's gonna turn those tricks and buy you that mockingbird. Rockabye, hush, little baby, don't you say a word. Mama's gonna turn those tricks and buy you that mockingbird. So don't you say a word. Buy you that mockingbird. Don't you say a word. Buy you that mockingbird. So now what? What happens now that you are no longer here and we are left to miss you? So now what? What happens now that you are gone? So now what? What happens now that you are no longer here and we are left to miss you? So now what? What happens now that you are gone? So now what? What happens now?
Yeah, big talk and brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talk and brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talk and brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talk and brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived.
Before.
Hey guys, happy Friday! This is Big Talkin' Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. I've got Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. It is Big Talkin' Brewski's time.
And I've got Ashley Vorsanger with me.
Hello.
So, Rodney, how was your week?
My week was good. You know, my day job is in the service industry, as you all know. So,
Bless.
yeah. I work in Times Square, so it's
Lord.
real busy.
Double bless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the Lord's work.
I'm scheduled 4 doubles this week. I've just got off of 2.
You're
and
kidding.
I woke up today and my body was like, you gonna sleep today, Negro. Like, right now.
Oh my God.
And my shoulder was bothering me earlier in the week, right? So I went and I got a massage.
Yeah.
Which usually, like, I go to like the Chinese places, and this massage parlor was not a legit massage parlor.
Oh, happy
Like
ending.
happy ending massage parlor.
Oh
like
my God.
I knew something was up when I first walked in, and I had to pay up front.
Oh boy.
Like, that never happens normally.
Yeah.
That was weird. There was no, like, you know, Chinese music playing in the background. I could hear, like, the other guys getting massages. Like,
Happy holidays indeed.
right. Then the
And
lady
Merry
like,
Christmas to all.
right. So, the lady like gives me a massage like on my back, then she flips me over and she's like all like on my body, like boobs in my face, like.
And you're like, honey,
And I'm
that
just
doesn't
like,
work.
right. I think she kind of figured it out when I wasn't getting an erection. Like, all right. Your dick's still soft, so you don't want an extra 30 minutes.
I'll keep my money, thanks.
Did
Yeah.
she still try to like give you a happy ending?
No, well, I think so. I had to talk to like a couple other like straight guys about this, like, because I did not know it was like a thing, like
Yeah,
that.
no,
So they were
it's a-
telling me, so like after the hour, they ask you if you want an extra half hour, and at that point is when you would get like the happy ending. But I think that's because they flip you over and they see that you have a heart on, and she probably just would have went in there probably.
Right.
But because I was just like,
this
30
is it.
minutes. Good Lord. I'd be like, do you want an extra 2 minutes? Because that's all I got.
She's got hands of steel.
right. So that was my week.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
it's
got a
been
good story
bugging me
out
all
of it.
week. I was like, wait, what? I was like, why am I paying up front, first of all? That's
Yeah,
like
that's
always
weird.
That
like
makes me very
weird.
nervous.
Yeah, that
like
is
right.
weird.
I don't like paying for things before I get the services like on
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. That's
It's like, can I have a receipt, please?
Right. Just
Right.
what if I don't like it and then I didn't
Yeah.
like it? Because that's exactly what I was thinking when I was handing her money. Like, what
Yeah.
if I don't like this massage
Like,
and then I didn't like it?
Are we gonna be like rated while I'm in there, and you just want to make sure?
Dude, right. Then that was the whole thing. There was like all these crazy details because there was no music playing. I heard everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the lady was getting a call and like she was like, "Yeah, I remember you from last week. You want 3-hour massage. I know you. You Latin man like Chinese lady." Like I was just like, what the fuck did I walk into? Then this other guy like walked in. He was like, "I want to get a massage," and she's like, "We only do massage." He said, "Okay," and walked out. Like I guess like his boys didn't hip him to what he was supposed to do, but
Or,
like
like,
they let
say
him
or
know. They
whatever.
said like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you should go to this spot because they'll give you a happy ending."
Yeah.
But he fucked it up.
Yeah. So, Ashley, how was your week?
It was good. It's been busy. I've been doing a lot of comedy lately. So, but I actually had my last book show for the year on Tuesday, so that was fun. And then, then it's just been kind of winding down and trying to get ready for the holiday. And of course, very important is I have to figure out like on what days do I watch which of my holiday classics.
Right.
So because you have to work in Elf, you have to get Christmas Vacation, you have to get Die Hard, even though there's a big controversy over whether or not that's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas
It's a
movie.
Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas
It's a
movie.
Christmas
Right,
movie.
there's look it up on it is like
It's all
hot
about
topic
Christmas.
right now. I'm like, it's a Christmas movie. So we already watched that, and so we're just kind of working through all the big hits.
Nice. You have a book?
Huh?
You have a book? You said you're.
No.
Oh, sorry. You said book tour.
Oh, I was
No,
book
book
show.
shows.
My yeah, yeah.
Shows. I was like,
Sorry
oh,
for
you have a book?
stand
I
up.
was like, oh,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, for stand up. So I had a fun show, which was like a little toy drive. Toys for tots.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
good. It was
Yeah.
really good. I was like, I get paid in vodka and I help the children.
It's
Okay,
like
this is great.
Win-win.
This is what I was born to do.
Yeah.
And that's
Living my
I
best
don't-
life.
right?
Right.
As long as I don't have to like play with the children. That's
Yeah.
fine. They're exhausting.
I was gonna say Home Alone's got to be in there, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Christmas
But
movie.
I actually just today, when I volunteered this morning at the Senior Citizen Center in Queens, in Sunnyside, Queens,
Okay.
for this
Okay.
little holiday show. So a friend of mine does this all the time, like basically every kind of, for Valentine's or Halloween when they have events, she plays music for them. So she asked for people that wanted to come, and I was like, that sounds fun. I'd love to do it, right? Well, I didn't ask a lot of questions. I was just like, I'll wing it,
Yeah.
So I get there. Well, I didn't realize that I was going to be singing and dancing for a solid hour.
What?
That's a lot. Let me just tell you, that is a lot. And oh my God, these people were adorable. They were like, kind of like sassy seniors. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were dolled up. They were in like full on holiday gear. There was lots of red. There was lots of sparkles. There was lots of like
Ugly sweaters.
yes, and I mean it was so much fun, and they were loving it. We did sing-alongs, and then sometimes I didn't remember the words, and I was just like la la la, woo. So sometimes you can just kind of make up with enthusiasm what you
Yeah.
don't have in like actual talent.
Of course.
That
was
was
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good
Marissa,
time.
how was your week?
So like I've had a good week. I'm actually on vacation from the old day job, so I don't have to go back to January the 2nd, you guys.
Oh my
You know,
God.
So
Yeah.
I am going to set the world on fire for the next 14 days. But I was in Williamsburg yesterday. I was on someone else's podcast, the Fake Outrage Report, and I think they're gonna post that soon. But I was on this podcast, and I got there early because I normally get somewhere, especially if it's far away. I'm just like so like I got there early, and I'm in Williamsburg, and I see this like little like Italian restaurant, like performance space, and I'm like, oh, that looks like my jam. They have
Everything
happy
in
hour.
Williamsburg is
It's
also
like
a
so
performance space.
Yeah, exactly, because it's Williamsburg. Everyone's an artist. So like I get there, and they had like happy hour, and I was pretty excited about it. I get to the bar. The bartender turns, looks me dead in the face, and like walks away from me and starts talking to another customer.
What?
And I was just like, that's really strange. And I just sat there because I'm just like, all right, well, eventually I'm sure he'll come over here. And then a busboy like stopped bussing a table to come over to me to be like, oh, would you like a menu? What would you like? We have happy hour. Would you like happy hour? And I'm like, yeah, like I'll have happy hour wine or whatever. And so like, okay, we've got red, we got white. And I was like, I'll take the red. And then he goes and he gets my drink. And then I was like, can I also have a water? And he's like, oh, sure. And he gets me a water. And like, so he got my drink from like bussing a table to like behind the bar to get my drink. The bartender still like looks me in the face. And every time he looks me in the face, like walks away from me. And I'm just like,
What?
I never dated
I
this
need
dude.
names and addresses because I live in Williamsburg and I have a
The
big
factory. Like, so, it's like on Kent and North 6. But like, so then,
mouth. As a matter of fact.
so like the bus boy guy's name, I think it was like Renee. He was fantastic. Then like all of a sudden, I guess the manager talks to the bartender. Then the bartender like storms off and like leaves. So he puts his coat on and just walks out.
What?
And
What is going on?
so weird. And so then like I was talking to the guy that got me the wine, and I was just like, hey, out of curiosity, was that the bartender? And he's like, yes, but there's something wrong with his mind. And I'm like,
I mean, when the bus boy throws you, I mean,
Under the bus.
Under the bus.
Clearly, right?
and I was just like, oh, okay. And I was just like, he was really rude. And so then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you were fantastic. Like, that's why I'm giving you a big tip, because you took care of me. But like, that guy was just like, he looked me right in the face and just walked away from me. Like, it's a bartender.
Yeah.
Like, you should at minimum greet me when I sit at the bar.
Right.
At minimum.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, at maximum, maybe get my drink right. But like, you know, and so then I was like, is there a manager here? Because they were not expecting me to be from Westchester, and I can get my Scarsdale housewife on in a second.
Yes.
And I was just
I'm
like,
not having it.
it's like, can I speak to the manager? Your bartender was so rude. Like, and so the manager's like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And he like introduced himself, and I'm like, this guy is fantastic. He's awesome. That guy, I don't understand. He's like, that's why I sent him home. I knew that he was having a problem and he shouldn't have done that, and that's why I sent him home. And I was just like, okay. Like, so it was that, like, at first I thought, like, is it me just kind of being like insecure comic, like, oh, like they don't, I'm in Williamsburg and they can smell the bridge and tunnel off of me, like, you know. But it's like, and it's like, no, like, this guy is like legit when he's like, yeah. And then the manager's like, yeah, there's something wrong with his mind. And I was just like, what
Why did he keep saying there's something
right?
wrong with his mind?
Yeah.
It was so weird. And so then,
Like, why does he work there then?
Exactly,
Like,
like,
Right.
you're
why-
dealing with the public, and I
you're in the
mean-
service industry, like, you're supposed to like I don't know, serve people.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I get it. I used to work in F&B. I understand, but it's like you got to suck it up, pop a pill, whatever you need to do
to get the day done.
Do something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You walk in the back and you have a fit. You don't do it
in front of people.
Right.
And it's like, at first I thought like, oh, well, maybe they're just assuming that like, because I'm not fitting the demographic of their normal clientele, that like they think I'm gonna like, I'm a little too chocolate. There's a little too much mocha in this place. And so like I was like, let me just put money there. And I'm like, this is a happy hour drink. A 20 is gonna cover it, like whatever that is, like a 20. So I literally just spread a $20 bill in front of me, like, take this money anytime you want. I'm not trying to rob you guys.
Yeah.
And like the guy looked at the money, looked at me, and walked away again. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Okay,
and so like another patron was just like, yeah, like there's something wrong with that guy. He lost my credit card yesterday. And I'm like,
And you wait, what?
Wait, and she came back?
And she came back?
Was she
What
just
if they
looking
get her
for the
credit
card?
card?
no,
or-
he came back. I guess he's just a regular there. And he was just like, yeah, he lost my credit card yesterday. And I was just like, yeah, that guy is kind of a dick. And then he's like, well, that's not the proper way to say it. Like, he's going to mansplain to me what a dick is.
Lord.
Like,
Lord.
I mean,
Wait a minute. See, that's the culture we live in nowadays.
Right.
You can't be like, you can't just say what's on your mind. You have to be like PC. Like if a guy is a dick, he's a dick.
Right.
Like,
Right.
we
Or a
all know
girl
what
can
that
be a
means.
dick.
Or,
Yeah,
or a girl
yeah,
can
you
be a
can say
dick.
dick. You can be a
Or a guy can be a pussy. He's a pussy. Okay.
Right.
We all know what that fucking means. Like you don't have to like,
Yeah.
oh well, you just like pussy shame me and like all this like extra shit.
like, no, it's like the dude's being like, he lost your credit card. He just didn't
He's
get
a
me
dick.
a,
Yeah.
he's a, like, he just didn't
you
give me a drink.
and he just stormed off and left off his shift.
Like,
Like-
yeah, so kind of a dick. And so like then there was a mother-son at the bar also, and so then they were like, yeah, we were talking to him, but we think he's heavily medicated because sometimes he would say things that just made no sense in the conversation. And I was just like,
Wait, there was a child at this bar too?
well, no, it was an adult son with his mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know,
Which
like,
may or may not be weirder than it being a child.
yeah.
Depending
Yeah.
on what's going on.
He looked like he was like
somebody
30.
yeah, okay. Well, maybe somebody was visiting for the holidays and they were having a
Yeah.
holiday cocktail.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with it.
Right?
That's
yeah.
my favorite part about the holiday.
But
I
yeah,
know.
but like the mom was just like, yeah, I was talking to him earlier, and a lot of times like he just didn't make any sense. It was just like he was talking about something that we weren't even talking about, and I was just like, I'm like, I don't know what he's on, but none of that is my problem.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was my week.
That's pretty. I
Wow.
think you might win. You
Like-
might win. I mean, hey, I did a good deed, but wow, that's
It's like,
that's a
well, I mean,
Hold on. I got boobs in my face.
yes,
That I was not
okay.
expecting.
Oh,
well,
Okay.
you know, boobs
Okay.
in your face is always a problem for you.
It is, right? Most guys would be like, yes, I scored. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, why do I have these memories glands in my face
What am
right
I
now?
supposed to do with those?
And I'm laying
Like,
there like,
are you
if this
trying to
bitch
feed a
doesn't
child?
Get her titties out of my face now.
It's
We're
like,
gonna have a
God,
problem.
tape those things up before you
Right?
start working.
Right.
Ugh.
I mean, but there's ways to massage people, and it doesn't include you like
Getting
having your titties in my
out.
face.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
not the way to your heart.
I
right.
know.
I did catch a little semi though.
You're like, well,
You're not dead.
were you thinking of Shamar Moore at the time?
Ooh. Oh my god.
He's delicious.
He is so beautiful.
And
I'm-
has been for forever.
Thank you so much because I'm going back to like Young and the Restless.
Young and the
days.
Restless?
I'm
Yeah.
going back old school.
That's how I knew I was gay. It was like a 10-year-old child.
That's
like,
how I
wow.
knew I was not.
Right there. I was just like, Shamar Moore.
Yeah, I was like,
Yes.
oh, I'm feeling some things.
It's like, are these tingles normal?
And he'd always be like in the barn and shit.
It's
Like,
like no shirt.
no
and-
shirt on.
like,
just
oh.
like,
Oh, a whole lot of
I
yummy.
ate a meal.
Yeah.
Woo.
Eye poppy.
yeah. Thank you, Shamar Moore.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
just giving yourself to the world.
Yeah.
Hello.
And thank your mama for giving birth to you.
Right?
Like, you got to give props to his mom right now.
Yeah.
Shamar Moore is the world's Christmas present. So Ashley, are you a fan of like psychics or psychic mediums?
Okay. Now, I would not. I mean, I would say that I've always kind of, if not 100% believed in it, I've at least been open to like, okay, that could be a thing. Like I could, and I've watched, a couple of people and thought, okay, maybe. Okay, but right now I'm completely obsessed with this medium. His name's Tyler Henry.
Tyler Henry.
Oh, okay. Have you watched the show?
Of course I
Okay,
have.
I
For
watched-
people that don't know,
Okay, so I'm very ashamed to admit, and please, I hope my husband doesn't listen to this, but it's on E.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, I'm not their target demo. But so when a lot of times if I'm like doing stuff from home or whatever, I'll just put something on the TV, and I try to pick something that won't distract me.
you.
Yes,
Yeah, just so I
white
don't.
noise.
Yes.
He's like that though.
Yeah.
It's just so comforting. You can have it in the
Dude,
background and
right?
be doing something else, and no matter what else is going on, E News, the Kardashians.
I mean, I'm just looking for something to put on. I just need some like fluff background noise, and I'm not gonna get like wrapped up in and get all. So I was just like, oh, that looks like vaguely interesting, but not, So I put that on. Oh my God. 10 minutes in, I am like, my computer's down. I'm like, I am all in. I have like tears in my eyes. I am like, what is happening? So he's this like, he's very young. He's like 19.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's like a
really?
kid.
Yeah,
He's like
so
a
he's
kid.
also
like his
like a
mom drives him
prodigy.
to like the appointments.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I basically ended up watching both seasons that were available in like a day and a half. So this is the thing. So I have a couple of things about this. First of all, I'm obsessed with him. And he also does this thing, and I know it's TV and they can say and do whatever they want and all of that and edit, and I get it. I've been in the biz, man. But still, though, when you're for one thing, so he doesn't know who he's going to see before he goes. Like the people that book it do, but he doesn't know.
Okay.
And a lot of times, because he is only 19, and I think he was raised kind of like sheltered.
Sheltered, yeah.
He's
He doesn't
super
know.
not into pop. Like you can tell, he literally does not know who some of these people are that are like
Little Kim, you didn't know who she was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, because like, why would he?
But,
He's
like,
19.
why would he? Like,
Right.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, right. So there's some people. It's like
Damn,
he
it's fucked up.
literally just would not know who they are, right? And but then when he's doing a reading, for one thing, he will like start sweating. I mean, like he has like a physical reaction to these, and he's like, he pulls out all these very odd, specific. It's not like, oh, has your grandmother passed or something that you could pretty much guess for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, he pulls out like dates of things and like colors and very weird. One he did, it was like something that had just happened to that person that day. So
shit.
even if you want to say like, oh, somebody Googles it, like it was not even anything, and
That could be
it never
Googleable.
is. It's super weird.
And it's like he's like drawing while he's
Yeah,
like,
he
doing
does
it, too.
this
He's
like
he's
scribbly thing so he can kind of concentrate. Yeah, and he's like, thank you, and then he does it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then the other thing is that most of the people that are on the show, I mean, no offense, they've obviously made their living in entertainment, but I'm not talking like Oscar winning actor.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like
They're
when
like
you
the
see
D-list.
their reaction, it's like they're not that good an actor to
pull that
give
off.
it, right? But I mean, people will burst into tears or like hyperventilate. Like, I mean, it's very specific. So I'm really obsessed with him right now, and I did try to win one of his. He was giving away a Skype session on Insta, and I didn't win. I'm still a little sad, but anyway, I'll try next time. But then this is my thing about mediums, is that why is it that when people come through, it's always kind of positive, right? Like it's never like if I was dead, I feel like I would still be like, you're putting on weight and I'm a little worried about you. You know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
I would still tell people, like, stop dating that asshole. Do you know
It's
what I
like,
mean?
it's like he's pure trash.
It's always
And he's fucking
like,
his secretary.
I told you your son wasn't never going to be shit.
Exactly.
Remember,
like,
I always
right?
used to
Yes,
say that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I just feel like, it's always like kind of happy, positive, good things, and it's like, so do negative people not come through, or do they?
Maybe they edit
like,
it out, but
or
I feel like
what,
why that
because-
would make such good TV.
Right, exactly. It's like, or I don't know. And so like, I want to know like what the story is. Although I will say on one of them, these people came through, and it was this couple that had been murdered.
Oh shit.
And they had been murdered by somebody they hired to like kind of do like assistant work for them.
Right.
And then the person robbed them and murdered them, and they came through and they were pissed. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. I want to talk to these people. I mean, that's great that your grandmother's happy on the other side and she can run and
But
doesn't have
somebody
to
is
hit.
not, okay?
Right? But I want to talk to the people that are pissed, that are like, it was not my time to go, and this month.
Like, this motherfucker right here.
Oh my! Like he named names. Like they
Like-
had to bleep it out because he was like, this person took advantage and like stole and like just laid out all
Oh,
this stuff. And
shit.
I was
See, I
like,
need him on the ID channel because
Right?
like I'm the same way with the ID channel. I'm like I put that on and I can't stop watching.
Yeah.
Like it's all about like murder mysteries and
Like, I like-
forensic files.
yes,
and they
those,
fucking
I like
figure
those.
out
Yeah, I
kind
like
of
those
murder,
too,
the
yeah.
How to,
real
like-
ones.
Dateline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
yeah,
Dateline.
it's Dateline ID.
48 hours.
Yeah, I love those.
A Crime to Remember is a show that's on there, and this one's like about like crimes that happened like the 60s and the 50s.
Oh wow.
Like yeah, like
Good
old
ones.
school. Like the whole reason we have 911 is because like there was this lady, she got murdered and raped in Queens, in Kew Gardens, right? And like there were 35 witnesses, like all these people like in this like
Oh, is that Kitty
apartment.
Genevieve?
I
Oh,
forgot.
it
yeah.
was yeah,
Yeah.
Kitty,
Yeah.
Kitty somebody. Yeah, yeah,
Kitty,
yeah.
Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty Genevieve.
And then like everybody like saw it, but like nobody knew what to do.
Yeah.
And like that's why we have 911 now. Thank you, Kitty. You were not in pain.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Like, have you guys gone to actual psychics?
I remember I've only one time I went to somebody that was like, I don't think she was particularly a psychic. I think she was more sort of like a tarot. I don't know, maybe they're sort of psychic.
It's-
it was more of like
yeah.
a reader person.
Okay,
She
yeah.
did
Tarot
some
cards, yeah.
Cards. I've had my cards read.
Yeah, but she actually had some stuff that resonated. But I don't think I've never been to somebody that's more like a channeling people that have passed kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to do that.
I haven't done that either, but I've had like experiences with like some psychics. Like, I had like one, he wasn't a psychic, but like it was very strange. I was like a teenager and I was working in Blockbuster because I'm old as fuck. And so I'm working in Blockbuster, and this like kind of like Buddhist monk walks in, and he like walks in the store, doesn't look at anything, walks over to me and tells me to put my hand, like my palm out. And I was just like, okay. Like, and I was really like kind of like, he's gonna chop my hand off. But, like,
He's
okay.
gonna put like a dead bird in my
Like,
hand.
you know,
Do it anyways.
and I'm like, you know, there'll be a story out of this. And so like I put my hand out, and he puts like a bead in the center of my palm, and it had like some sort of Chinese like caricature like printed in the center. And then he's like, you need this for protection, and it's going to bring you good luck, but you can never lose it, and you'll be tempted to give it away 3 times in your life, and you can't. And then just walks away.
What?
What?
Like, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I literally wore it on my neck for like 5 years.
do you still
Do you
have
still
it?
have it?
It's in a jewelry box.
Okay.
Right? I would still have
Have you
it.
been
Yeah.
tempted to give it away?
I have. When like someone has really bad luck, like if they're like having like really, really like shitty luck, like, you know, mom died, lost her job, like got canceled, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, they need good luck, and I'm like,
He said there
he
would be
got
3
me.
times.
And so I've had that happen. And then I was out in LA, and I was like walking down like Sunstrip Boulevard, and they have like those like psychics kind of like they do in like Times Square or whatever. And as I'm walking, this woman says, "Mass, come over here." And like that's my nickname in college, because like it was like my initials like MAS, and so like in college everyone used to call me Mass. And so I just like literally stopped, and I was just like looking at her, and then she's like, "No, you come over here, Mass." And I was just like, that's weird. And I'm like looking all over my clothes, like,
Yeah.
do I have like anything on me that has my initials on it? And I didn't. And so I walked over, and then she said, someone put a curse on you. And,
What?
And I'm like, a curse. And then she's like, they're close to your father. And I was just like, well, my dad's a dick, so that makes sense. And so, yeah, step monster. It's like, she wants all of the inheritance. So I was just like, okay. And then she went and she's just like, hands me a crystal. And then she's like, you have to like leave this in salt water for like a week, and then you have to bury it.
So she gave you like a part-time job and like
Yeah.
But to get rid of this fucking curse.
Because to get rid of this curse. And then like it was weird because like then I'm like, all right, now I have to like pay for this fucking reading because like she already gave me something and she already knew. And then she's like, well, what do you want to know about? And then I'm like, well, you're the psychic, what do you think I should know? And then
What pertinent information
right? Yeah.
should you be giving me?
yeah, and so like then she told me that like a friend of mine will introduce me to my husband, which has not happened because I'm still single.
Okay,
But
we're working on it.
2018. Where are you? So like I've had those kind of like. Have you ever had any sort of?
Yeah, I've gotten my tarot cards read a couple of different times. Like, just like whenever I feel like a weird, like,
Yeah.
I need to know some things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like with my ex that I was like going through like earlier this year, he was like, "Oh no, that's gonna end." And before I moved to New York, I actually got my cards read like 2 years before, and they were like, "Oh, you're only gonna be here for like a couple more years." And at that point, I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm living in LA. She's lying."
Yeah.
And here I am in New York.
What did they tell you about your ex?
He was like, "You're like in a situation. You're like searching for something, and the current situation that you're in now, you're not gonna be in long."
Oh, okay.
Which, yeah.
It's kind of true.
Yeah, kind of true. It's a short little like, oh.
So do you think that like when people pass or transition, as they say, do you think that they can, I mean,
No, I absolutely do. You guys
Yeah.
might think this is weird, but I kind of think my dog is my grandfather.
well, see, so there's like a couple things from watching this show. I swear to God, they're not paying me to talk about this show so much, but there's like times when he has said when like somebody like he'll tell the person he's reading like your grandmother tried to and this is what she did. And I remember like when one of my grandmothers passed away, I was in high school, and I remember having this like very, very vivid, I thought it was like sort of a dream, but it felt different than a dream. Like it felt more real, you know, like I was awake in a different state. It was weird. And she like in this whatever it was that happened to me, my grandmother came and like sat on my bed, and because when she died, I didn't get to go see her. Like she got sick and was in the hospital. She had a heart attack and was in the hospital, and I lived like 3 hours away, and we couldn't get there. And so I always felt really like, you know, bad, you know, because
That
I
you
was
weren't
I was
there.
like
Yeah.
emotionally
Yeah.
close to her, but not physically that
Right.
close, you know. So and yeah, so it was like after she had passed, I had this weird thing where it was like, and I've always kind of been like, was that more than just a dream, or was that just my brain trying to make me feel better about the whatever? But he has had these things where he tells people stuff like that, where like that was the person trying to tell you like it's okay, like I'm
Right.
fine.
And which it
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
It probably was that exactly
Yeah.
Yeah.
what you felt.
Yeah.
Was it around the time that she passed?
It was like within like a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was always been like, and I mean, like, I still remember it like it was something I just watched on TV. Like, it was very like,
Vivid.
Yeah. And so now that I'm watching him, I'm like, I bet that was like something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it's possible, and because like I had like a great aunt that had passed when I was little, and so like maybe I was like 10 or something like that, but like I remember like having a kind of like similar, like having a dream about her, but we were making cookies in the kitchen. And she and then she was just like, well, you had to take them out of the oven. And I'm like, I'm not allowed to use the oven. And then she's just like, no, like, you can do this, like, because I need to go, but I wanted to make these cookies with you before I go. And I'm like, well, where are you going? And she's like, I'm going far away. And then kissed me on the forehead and then just disappeared out of my dream. And then when I woke up in the morning, my parents told me she died.
What?
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
It was just like really, and then she's just like, you can do it. And then she just remember, don't touch the inside and wear the oven mitts.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, but where are you going while I'm pulling like these cookies out of the oven? But what do you mean you're going far away? And then like she just kind of disappeared. And I just remember like in my dream, like I'm just holding this tray of cookies by myself in the kitchen. And I'm like, and then like in the morning, like my parents sat me down and they're just like, oh, Aunt Doll passed last night. And I was just like, what? Like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you
So-
had a thing.
Yeah. So I think that stuff is possible.
Yeah.
And kind of like when you're talking about like, why is it that only like positive things come through? Like, I mean, not that I'm like a big like believer of like heaven and hell or
Yeah,
that
but
kind of
maybe-
things, but maybe like if they're like negative like influencers, maybe they can't. They're like
Maybe they don't have
the ability to
Oh,
come
it's like
through
kind of
it.
blocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to like communicate in the same way or something.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like you've already caused enough trouble. Like
We're not having
I
you cause
imagine that they're like kind of like Superman when they're in those like flat glass thing, like in Superman. Yeah, and they're like,
It's like
and they're just like forever like suspended in flat glass somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's hell.
right, yeah.
Right? Ugh.
Yeah. It's like you're just like mad cramped and you're like a crick in your neck for all of eternity.
That's the worst. that is hell.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I don't know about this hot shit, but like you are gonna have a crick in your neck forever.
No, because I was gonna say that when I was 5, I had a very traumatic experience. My grandfather passed away on Father's Day. Like, he had a heart attack in the basement, and I found him. I was the one to discover him, and they had to call the ambulance. It was very traumatic. But he was a World War II veteran, so like I got to like hold it, like do the flag thing,
Right.
like at the funeral. But like ever since then, every time I've had like a pet, like a dog's especially, like I feel like there's like a connection with me and the dog and my grandfather, and I don't know what it is, but like I have a dog now, and I feel like
That's your grandpa.
that's Pops right there. Like,
Maybe
Like
Yeah.
what does your dog do that makes you like reminds you of your grandpa?
smokes a pipe.
Yeah.
just little things. Like she's just so smart, and like if I'm sick, like she's there. I don't know. Maybe it's just like it gives the comfort of like that, but like I see.
Yeah.
Like just like the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way like she looks at me sometimes. I'm just like, huh. I feel like you've looked at me like that before, but like another life.
Yeah. Then he's just like, you'll be okay.
You'll be
kid."
okay, but that's exactly it. That's exactly what she does. So
Yeah.
she'll come up and just like pat me on the face, like it's gonna be all right. Like just little she pat me.
You're like, okay.
Like, all right, it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be fine.
Thanks,
because
Pops.
you said so. So, Ashley, what are some like holiday traditions that you have, other than watching your favorite
Other than all
holiday
of my
movies?
movies I have to watch. Well, one tradition that I have, and I'm from Texas originally.
Ooh, what part?
Well, I grew up in Dallas,
Okay.
but my one side of the family is from this little town called Pumpkin Center. Now, hun, there's only a 4-way stop in Pumpkin, and it's Punkin. They couldn't even spell it right, okay? Pumpkin. So it is it is a very small little
Town.
rural, yes, area, and but I grew up primarily in Dallas, but we would every year, a big thing for us was on Christmas Eve, you have tamales and like all this great Mexican food for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day, you have like the traditional, all of your like turkey
Bless you.
and all that stuff. And it's like interesting because even stuff with like, when do you open presents and where do they go and like, are they wrapped or not wrapped and all of that. It's like, you just kind of grow up thinking that the way that your family does it is the way
But
everybody does it.
it.
You're like, this is Christmas, right? And then it's like, then you move or you date different people, and then you're like, what do you mean you don't have tamales? Like, what do you like? What?
Yeah.
Do you not love Christmas? What is wrong with you? Like,
I didn't learn about like the Mexican Christmas Eve and tamales and stuff until I moved to LA. Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've
I'm
never
from
heard of
Wisconsin.
that.
But no, that's like
It's
Christmas
a
Eve
thing
for
for a lot of
Latin
people.
is like huge.
yeah.
I
Like,
never
it's
heard
bigger
of that.
than Christmas.
Yeah, it's like
they
a
like
really-
party really hard all the way on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, they just like sleep in, like eat. Like it's
Yeah.
not like the same. Like
Yeah, you just have-
Americans like go to sleep like early and then wake up early on Christmas Day and open presents. Latin people don't do that the same way, right?
Yeah, and it's like, because obviously in Texas there's a lot of like Tex-Mex culture is very
yeah.
prevalent.
Well, because
and
I
all
live in
of that.
California and
Yeah,
it's the same way
yeah.
in SoCal.
Yeah, and so that's what we would do. We would have this like big tamale Mexican dinner, and then I remember after I lived out in LA for 4 years, and then I moved to New York, and but then I moved here for a man, and then I remember like. Maybe I guess it was the first Christmas. I was like, "Where are we gonna get the tamales from?" And he was looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, Christmas Eve. Like, what are we supposed to do?" And I remember running around to all of these little places in our neighborhood trying to get tamales, like at the very last minute, and-
Where were you living?
in Williamsburg.
Oh, see, you should have come to my neighborhood. I'm in Jackson Heights.
Oh yeah.
That shit's about to be lit in a
Yeah.
couple days. I live with this Peruvian family there. Let me know. Like,
well, part of it was like I didn't really plan ahead because I didn't realize that
Like,
this is
that was
what
not a thing.
everybody.
It's not a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was like and I wanted like 4 dozen tamales.
Yeah.
Like I was like that on hand. Like,
Yeah.
So he's learned now that that's
That's
part
a thing.
That's part of the holidays.
That's a Christmas thing.
my family celebrates Kwanzaa. I don't know.
Nice.
How
What
many
are
people,
some
like-
traditions that, like? What do you?
It's like every day has like a different like theme,
Mm.
and like you kind of like give like a gift or like do something that like kind of focuses on that.
Yeah.
Like the environment and like self-determination and things
nice.
like that.
Are there like traditional foods that you have that are different than what people think are like? food,
No.
or is it kind of the
Well,
same?
I guess there some households do, but like we just made soul food.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, but that was like a whole thing when I was like, I want to say like 13. My dad got into. He was like, "We're gonna do Kwanzaa this year." And I was like, "What?" Like, and then ever since then, it's like that we celebrate
This is what we
Kwanzaa.
do.
Like exactly, this is what we do. Like we got Christmas and then Kwanzaa for a whole week afterwards. So.
Yeah, I don't really I don't come from like a super religious background, like a super like holiday background. Like so like a couple of like traditions, like kind of like with your Christmas movies, like we'll watch A Christmas Story. And
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah.
That's a favorite of my husband's. Yeah.
and then like I'll watch the Nutcracker with my mom and Handler's Messiah, like so like those are like some like Christmas things. And then we will open one gift at midnight.
We do that too in my
Yeah.
family. You always open one gift on Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
and then you got to go to bed, and then you wait, and then you wake up the next day.
Right, and then you can open the rest of the gifts.
Yeah.
And then but like food wise, like it's not like we don't have like a particular food. Like it could be sometimes it's like duck, sometimes it's turkey, sometimes it's ham, Cornish hens. Like this year we're gonna do a brisket. Like yeah.
Ooh. I'm like so
So-
hungry right now.
I know. I'm making
If
myself.
I wasn't
hungry.
working a double.
So like the food changes every year, but yeah, like I don't have like super that many like traditions. I don't know, but I think that kind of everybody they make their own traditions. Like
Yeah.
that's like when you like are a family or you have a family, like that's part of being a family.
Yeah.
Is like making your
Making
own
your own-
holiday
yeah,
traditions.
yeah.
So
I was gonna say I'll never forget like the best Christmas I've ever had was like Christmas 1994.
Okay. I'll back. Go.
Right. All I wanted for Christmas was a pet because that's the type of kid I am. It was like my list was like dog, cat, fish, and I got a dog. I got a golden retriever puppy. It was the best fucking Christmas ever. They waited like all the way to the end too. I opened up all my presents. I got a bike. I got everything, and then I was just like, okay, this is great. Like, oh, Rodney, guess what? You got a puppy.
Where did they hide it somewhere?
I guess it was in the other room. I don't know. My dad just comes out with this puppy, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" in my head.
Oh, poop.
That's what he did.
So what did you name your puppy?
See, it was a Kwanzaa present. So her name was Shaka Zawadi.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, it's very
Shaka,
regal.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
What does Shaka Zawadi mean?
I don't remember. He told me I was in the 5th grade. I don't know.
And you're like,
All I cared about was I had a puppy.
Yeah.
So talking about puppies, Ashley, do you follow like pets on Instagram? Segue.
That's great.
I have a problem. Like I don't know if there's sort of like a medication I should be taking to rid myself of this addiction, but yes, the last time I counted, which that was months ago, I was just curious one day, and at that point I was following 68 dogs, 5 pigs, a raccoon, an otter, 2 fire station cats, and now it's a lot more than that. And it's like you could take away every social media from me except Instagram. Like that is I would be fine. I could live without it, but not my Instagram. It's like it's Prozac. It's like how can you, like, especially if I'm having a bad day or I'm just stressed out or whatever, it's like, how can you be in a bad mood when you go and you like look at these like puppies camping or like, cat that lives in a fire station. Like it's and there's another one, a fox. It's Juniper. He's a fox that lives in a house. He lives like in the house. And then
You could have a fox?
yes, there's also people that have a raccoon that live in the house.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, no. He's adorable.
They
It's
have
raccoon.
real hands.
Yes, they have little hands. And the raccoon, there's 2 dogs, and they like all sleep together and cuddle. Like they're all just
Raccoons
like
freak me out.
Raccoons are weird. He
a
can
little
he
power.
can
No.
open the
Cabinets?
cabinets and like climbs up into stuff. But anyway, like that's might be a little much. But
It's extra.
Right.
But there's, oh my gosh, and I just found a new one. You would love it because it's 2 golden retrievers and a cat, and they all are like sleep together, and the one cat like climbs around and just like hangs out. It's just, I can't. It's
No,
too
you
much.
said pigs. Like I've always
Okay.
like I've been obsessed with like having like a little like piglet.
Okay, so
Like a potbelly?
One.
Well, they have, like,
there's
mini
pigs.
mini
yeah,
pigs.
Oh, I
there's
didn't know that.
various ones.
Okay.
There's
So
various ones.
Some of the
people
ones,
sell you mini pigs, and it's a real
and
pig.
then it turns into like a big
Yeah.
But there's one that's it's Franklin the pig. I think it's Frank, like, you know, because he's like sausage.
Yeah.
Franklin is adorable. There's another one, Paddington the pig, adorbs. I just found a new one, Elvira the mini pig, and she's black and she's so cute. She lives in the house. There's another Prissy and Pop Pop. It's 5 pigs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! And they wear outfits. I can't. It's
Like a little
too-
tutus?
They really do sometimes wear tutus. I'll pull it up right now. I assure you, it's like my entire feed. Yeah. So there's a lot of like good mini pig action.
For the dogs, so there's certain breeds that you like, or is it
Okay.
just it has to be an adorable dog?
Yeah. I mean, I do generally have certain breed. I have a fair number of corgis in
Okay.
there
Oh,
because
corgis
they're
are
just they're
so
so
cute.
cute, right?
And they're just kind of
They're just and they're a little like wiggle butt. It's so cute. But then sometimes it's just that they're like and then I just found this one account and it's like the whole account is just dogs going camping. I mean, are you kidding? Like it's so cute. They're like in little I can't. It's too much. And yeah, so it kind of depends on what they're doing and like, you know, how they do the pictures and all of that. Because I don't just follow anybody. I actually
Do you have a
believe it or
dog?
I don't right now. We did have this sweet boo, and he passed away last year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was the worst. It was the worst.
What
yeah.
kind of dog was it?
He was a rescue, and he was part German Shepherd, and the other part we think was maybe Greyhound.
Oh, okay.
Based on like his
Oh.
body shape. 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
so he was like a thinner looking German Shepherd.
yeah, but like his coloring and his hair was German Shepherd, but like his body shape was
Was
not
like-
German
was
Shepherd.
like a
It was
greyhound.
Like, yeah,
Like
it was
greyhound.
slim, and he went like way like thin. At the
Yeah.
and yeah, he was great. Yeah, yeah. He just passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we're like actually just today we're just finally getting
Over
It takes
like
time.
ready. Yeah,
And then when you get ready,
Yeah, so and that's another thing. I follow all these rescue places that like rescue and
that's
you know,
the
'cause
best.
Yeah,
My dog's a rescue.
yeah, he was, and so I also follow all these rescue places, and even today my husband like kept sending me messages of like dogs that he'd found on these. He's like, look at this one, look at this one. Look at this one.
Oh my god!
We're getting
That's
close.
so great for Christmas.
Yeah, because for a while I would show him, and he's like, "I'm not ready," and I'm like, "Okay," because I get it. It's like
Yeah, it's
and
emotional.
That dog he had before he knew me, like he rescued the dog,
wow.
and
Oh, wow.
so he had that dog for like 14 years, and I've only been here 10 years, so
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, so-
14 years?
yeah, he was
Wow.
14, and yeah, so we're just now getting to, but now that he's sending me dogs, I'm like, okay, now we're.
He's getting closer.
Yeah, we're in the running now.
Okay.
Like, I look at like Shih Tzus on Instagram because I
Yes.
love Shih Tzus. Like,
Yeah.
they're just so like adorable, and they're just
I
little-
fucking hate Shih Tzus.
I love
That
Shih
little,
Tzus.
they have little smushy faces.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't like dogs with snouts because they
there's-
look like biters.
I live with two. Like, there's two, like, and like, because like I live in a house with a
Yeah.
Peruvian family. So I have my dog, and there's like two Shih Tzus, but they hate my dog,
Oh.
and they're just like, as soon as like I come downstairs, just, "Ah!"
Oh.
and it's just like, I just want to kick them, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't kick
'cause
dogs.
You're a good person. What kind of dog
Yeah.
is your dog?
She is a Pomeranian miniature pinscher, miniature Pomeranian pinscher, and
Does she have an Instagram?
and
account?
mix.
Is she on Instagram?
No, I don't. Should I give her an Instagram account?
Yes. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
All right. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll start one in 2018.
Yeah. she needs an Instagram account, and then let me know because I'll
She
follow
wears
it.
coats and stuff too. She has like a really like fashionable collar.
He
Like,
dresses her.
Yeah, she
you
gets
need
dressed.
to do that. We can monetize this dog for you, and then you won't have to work doubles.
Yeah.
Ooh. We're gonna
I
put
mean,
Gia to work in
right.
2018.
She's already named after a model.
She is named after a model, right? And that's exactly. I want to get like another dog and like name him Tyson.
Gia
follow
Tyson.
Tyson on
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
another like. Thank you.
Right,
Thank
but see
you.
that has to be like
I
a
mean-
has to be like a big Doberman
When
pinscher.
I lived in LA, though, I worked in this hotel in Beverly Hills, and he came in one time, and I mean, I forgot English. Like,
Dude, that's the same thing that happened to me. I worked at the cheese Boris Kojo. I literally stopped everything I was doing. I was just like, he asked me, he was like, "Are you okay?" Like, because it looked like I was about to have a seizure.
there's only a few people that have ever like I've really lost my
Your shit
outside.
with you get like,
inside I do,
yeah.
but like usually I would be able to like maintain
you keep it together,
some
but like you get
decorum,
starstruck
but-
sometimes.
Yeah.
You ever been starstruck before?
Not really. Like, I feel like that would happen if I saw Keanu Reeves, because like Keanu Reeves is my heart.
Yeah,
I
I
love.
would never have guessed
Yes,
I
she's
love it.
love
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. Like, literally, I've been in love with Keanu Reeves since I was like 7 years old.
that. I love it.
Like, and it's just like I remember watching him. I think in like what was it? Toy Soldier or Toy like Tin Soldier or something like that with like Drew Barrymore when Drew Barrymore was like little, like maybe like 7 or 8, and he was like maybe like 14,
Oh.
and like yeah, and like
You're going way back.
yeah, like that's the first time I ever saw him, and like I might have been like 7, and I'm just like, and my mom always tells me that I turned to her and I said, I want my husband to look like him. And like, she's like, you're 7. I'm like, I want to marry him. And like, it's never stopped. And then like, I saw him like I used to watch all of his after school specials because he used to do like all of those like really cheesy like after school specials like at like 4 o'clock when you like yeah. I used to watch all
So
of
when
those.
the Matrix came out, you were like there.
Oh, I already like I had already been on the Keanu train like before like Speed. I was already on the Keanu train.
Oh fuck, Speed.
And like
Point Break.
like I was already on the train.
Yeah.
Like even when he was in Paula Abdul's music video, what is it? Rush.
She's like a human IMDb, but only of
Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Keanu.
So yeah. So like I was like already like all about Keanu at that
love
point.
it.
So like I think like if I ever saw him in person,
Yeah.
then I probably would faint. Otherwise, like I've seen like celebrities and like I haven't been like I'm kind of like so awkward that I just have awkward like encounters with celebrities. So like I remember one time I was at Hogs and Heifers with my friend and it was his birthday and there was like 12 of us. And it was the night of like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
And so my friend is like talking and like my back is to the door and my friend is facing me and he's just like, holy shit, Paul McCartney just walked in this bar. And I was just like,
That's
yeah,
a big
fuck.
one.
And I was just like, yeah, fuck you. Paul McCartney just walked into Hogs and Heifers right now. Like, whatever. And then he's just like, no, Maris, like, legit. Like Paul McCartney just walked into this bar and I was just like, oh yeah, Paul McCartney, like I'm not stupid. And then I'm like, oh, and he's like, Marissa, please keep your voice down. He's like right next to you. and I'm just like, and I was just like, oh yeah, let me guess, Paul McCartney's gonna tap me on the shoulder and be like, hello, I'm Paul McCartney, the fucking Beatle. And so then all of a sudden I feel a tap on my shoulder and I look up and he's like, hello, I'm Paul McCartney, the fucking Beatle. And I'm just like, hi. Like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
and so I'm just like, why are you here? And then he was just like, I just got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I was just like, oh, can I buy you a shot? And then he's like, no, I'll buy you a shot. Where are your mates? And I was just like, there's 12 of us. He's like, everybody gets a shot. And so like then he brought us to the bar and it was just like, he's like, what do you guys want to drink? And we're just like, well, what are you drinking? He's like, we're all drinking tequila. And we're just like, all right. And then
Going
just like,
hard, Paul McCartney.
and
Yes.
so, like, just like a line of tequila shots, and then he's just like, "No one can drink until you cheers me." And so, like, everybody had like go up.
Shut
Yeah, he was
up.
so fucking nice. And then he danced in the bar with us. Like, it was like ridiculous.
That's
Like,
amazing.
he was like probably the nicest celebrity they've ever met.
Yeah.
That's
like, yeah.
crazy.
There's certain people like that are like, even if maybe you never had that big of a thing about them, but
Yeah.
they're like icon level celebrity. You know what I mean? Like,
And
like
they're
if I
super
ever,
nice.
yeah, like it, you know, and I mean, some people that I do have, you know, followed and have a huge affinity for, but like if I had ever been in the same room with Prince, I probably would have had a heart attack.
Prince was
Like,
the one I was gonna
Faint.
say.
some level, or like David Bowie, I would be
Yeah.
like, I'm dead. I'm
Yeah.
dead. You know,
Yeah.
there's other people
Right.
that you're like, this is so cool, but there's some people that are
You're like,
Yeah.
I can't believe like
Next.
I actually like
Yeah.
fucking met this person.
Yeah.
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 And some people do that even after they're gone. Like we spent the night at Whitney Houston's house, and
Yes,
so like
we
yeah,
did. That
And-
was crazy.
Oh, I love how you
Took
just
a
like
highlight.
sneak this in.
highlight
Like,
of the
oh,
year.
by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Like we
Yeah.
slept in her bed.
Like her
Yeah.
actual, yeah.
Okay, back it up.
Yeah.
Back it up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
How did this
Halloween
happen?
party.
So
we were just at a
we have a
Halloween
mutual
party.
friend that like knows like there's a gay couple that
Tyler
bought the
Henry
house.
did a reading of Bobby Brown, and Whitney came
I've
through.
ran into
Ah.
Bobby Brown twice.
Shut it.
Randomly.
Okay.
On the street and at the airport.
So yeah, and he didn't even know who Bobby Brown was when he was
Oh,
reading
wow.
Bobby Brown. Like
That's
he
his
didn't
prerogative.
put it together. Yeah. So he did. This kid like didn't put any of this together till he like left the house, and then he almost like you saw like all the when he realized like what he was. But anyway, so you just happened to go to Whitney Houston. person's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
I mean, it's Halloween, right?
Well, yeah,
That's
the couple that bought the house throws like a huge Halloween party every year, and so we were there. We
got invited.
Did karaoke in her studio and
Yeah.
slept in her bed, and
Yeah.
then the next morning
I
had
pooed in
mimosas
Whitney's
by the
toilet.
pool. I pooed in Whitney's toilet. The one that's like right next to the studio, like literally like right next to the studio.
Like, you know
So
she
it's
put
like,
there.
She had to have taken a shit right here.
Yeah.
Or at least sat here and peed. Like
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
At the very least, Whitney sat on this throne.
Like, I had a cigarette in Whitney's favorite smoking spot. You know, it was just,
Wow.
yeah.
That's going to be hard to beat. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But
was pretty crazy.
we're going to have to take a break before we start our next segment. But before we go, where can everyone follow you on social media? What are your next shows? Like, what do you got going on?
Yeah. So I am on everything. My handle is Disaster. So DISASHTER, and that's on Twitter, on Instagram, of course. And I have a Facebook page under that, and my website is disaster.com. I have some fun shows coming up. January, February, I'm doing a show at the Duplex called Right Down the Middle East. I'm doing Bitchcraft, which is a really awesome, it's kind of like an old variety show at Sid
cool.
Gold's Request Room. So there's like music and comedy and just like all kinds of cool stuff going on. So yeah, and all my dates are on my website, so you can like check it out there. And yeah, and I have
Awesome.
insomnia, so I'll tweet back at you at like 3 a.m. No problem.
That's
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming on,
Thank you so
Ashley.
much,
It's
you
so
guys.
much fun.
Thank you.
This is Big Talk and Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith, and we will be right back.
Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? If you say you mine, nigga, let me hold some. Real recognize real, they be no front. Put that money where your mouth is, that's stunning. Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? If you say you mine, nigga, let me hold some. Real recognize real, they be no front. Put that money where your mouth is, that's stunning. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? So close to the money, I can see it coming. Watch me make it squirt, wet like vaginas. No co-signers, big like designers. My fashion all black, rockin' camo. Black Timberlands, I call symbols. If I wish a nigga dead, that's revenge though. Screw the silence on tight and watch his melon blow. I got demons on my own, my shit be suicidal. Mama friend's son killed himself with the rifle. If you don't believe me, I swear right hand on the Bible. My life changed for the better, they gon' say it's worse. Cause I ain't outside begging out there putting work. When niggas outside dying trying to move that work. How can I wish 100 goons to really pray for me? When living out there in them trenches is like slavery. Father forgive me, death the haters, leave them 6 feet. Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? If you say you mine, nigga, let me hold some. Real recognize real, they be no frontin'. Put that money where your mouth is, that's stunning. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? My life changed for the better, they gon' say it's worse. Cause I ain't outside banging out there putting work. I had to bring that part back just to remind myself. My cousin died, I left shorty. Am I myself? I found myself by myself even though I'm taken. Liam Nilsson working hard like a Jamaican. 2 babies, I am the father, where's the bacon? 2 80s, fully loaded, keep noted. Any given day, reloaded, burn notice. Luxury items, I fantasize, big lotus. 4-door, British, European, just dreaming shit. Crib so big, I need an island, overseas and shit. Drop top roof in my kitchen, iced tea and shit. Stars lit up in the ghost, you not seeing shit. Toast all over the butter, old piece of shit. You come talking that gutter, watch my pieces hit. Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? If you say you mine, nigga, let me hold some. Real recognize real, they be no frontin'. Put that money where your mouth is, that's stunning. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost run? Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? Have you ever heard the engine of the ghost running? If you say you mine, nigga, let me hold something. Real recognize real, they be no frontin'. Put that money where your mouth is, that's stunning. Let's go.
Talk and Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big Talk and Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big Talk and Brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big Talk and Brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived. Big Talk and Brewskis
Hey
with Marissa
guys,
Smith.
welcome back. This is Big Talk and Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. I still have Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. It is Big Talk and Brewski's time, segment 2.
I've got Phil Causey with me. Hello. Alex Bashira.
Hey, hey.
Zach, you on the line?
Yes, I am.
And we've got Zachary.
Petrovich.
That's me.
That's
Rodney,
him. Hey.
great job.
Hey, that was a team effort.
Are we back? Are we good? Yeah.
We're good. We're on. We're back. We're live. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Sweet.
So, Zach, how was your week?
It was all right. It was all right. Did some stuff with Comedy Mob this week down at the Pear.
Nice.
We also have a couple of shows tonight. I'm on my way to Spoonwell Books over in Bushwick right now, and then I got Comedy Village down at the Pear 10 o'clock every Friday and Saturday.
Oh, cool. Nice. So, Alex, how was your week?
Oh, I feel like I always say stressful, but stressful. Holiday shopping was crazy.
Yeah.
I just got my mom like a really nice TV and then was like, how the hell am I going to carry this TV around for 24 hours? So that's been a struggle. But yeah, just
They couldn't deliver it?
I thought I should have thought of that. It was very last minute, Rodney. I'm a very last minute kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's why Amazon.
Dude, you're so much smarter than me. And less stressed. And less stressed.
It's so easy. And
It all
like,
makes sense.
You could just put your mom's address in there and they'll just send it to her.
And she would have been
Boom.
so surprised. Now I gotta hide
Yeah.
it from him.
You can
So, yeah,
actually
it was
pay them to gift wrap it too at Amazon.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
a few extra dollars.
Yeah.
I gotta get on the Amazon bandwagon.
Are you serious? I got Amazon Prime and everything.
You
bro.
have Prime?
Yeah. Just let me know.
Have you used
Alright.
Prime Pantry yet?
No,
What?
what's that?
Oh man, so it's the coolest thing ever. What it is
Oh.
it's like you can buy your non-perishable groceries, like canned goods and cereals and all that kind of stuff. And you get a box. Everything you buy counts as a certain percentage towards the box, and you fill a box up, and then they just mail you the whole box with everything in it.
Oh.
And it's like
sounds
insane discounts too. Like it's yeah. It's
I
pretty
don't
much
know.
the greatest
See, that's
thing
the
ever.
whole thing though about food getting mailed to me though. But I guess it's non-perishable.
Does it
Well,
come
they
with
have
a
Amazon-
bodega cat?
Well, does it come with a bodega cat? They can't put cats.
I mean,
in
like,
the
that's the only way I'm buying that shit, if it's coming with a bodega cat. Because I don't trust canned goods that aren't guarded by a bodega cat.
There's Amazon Prime and Amazon
I
Prime
mean, like,
that
that
comes with
spam could be
animals.
$4.85, but it's
Nice.
fucking whiskers sitting in front of me, mowing down mice. Like, No, I'm eating that.
So,
Sam can get it.
so Phil, how was your week?
I want to just ditto everything this gentleman next to me just said. Like, I'm in Christmas shopping hell right now.
Yeah.
I actually did just a bunch right now, so only 1 or 2 presents shy of being completed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't have a free hour in the next 3 days to do it because I live in New York and my life is crazy. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to disappoint my mom this year. We're going to find out.
Shit.
Is it the wrapping or the shopping?
No, the
that's
wrapping I got under wraps. Huh? But yeah,
All
it's
puns
just that
intended.
I need to find an hour to go to Bed Bath & Beyond, and so far I'm doing this instead. I'm here drinking beer with you guys.
Well, they should be open 24 hours at some point.
I was gonna say I feel like there's one on 24th Street.
There's a Bed Bath & Beyond. in
Yeah,
the
right
city.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know if
24.
they're 24. Are they 24 hours?
I feel like
I feel
there's
like almost
gonna be
everything
thing
around
will
this time
be.
There's
period
no
is
way.
Yeah.
That'd be really useful.
That'd be ridiculous. I
Well,
really
I
need
know
hand
yeah.
cream at 2 in the
Charles
morning.
Square
Like
has
this.
been like 24 hours for days.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Hell yeah.
just for Christmas shopping season.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for Christmas
Yeah.
shopping season, almost everything in New York is like
For
24
Phil.
hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Disney store is
So, like,
open
just
till
go
2
when
a.m.
you're
That's a
wasted
little
at 4
suspect.
a.m.
I mean, no
I
one's
just
saying
found
anything
out-
about
Oh, sorry. What was that?
that. Disney store, it's open till 2 a.m. What kind of creep needs a fucking like Aladdin doll at 2 a.m.?
Because,
don't
you
get it.
know, you got to let it go, let it flow. Like, you know, you're
Let it
frozen.
go.
That Marissa totally shops at the Disney
Alright.
store at 2 a.m. and she's offended.
I found out last week that my laundry
Sometimes
spot
you
is
need a
open
Mickey, all
24
right,
hours.
No, that's all year though, isn't it? That's
Yeah, it
pretty-
is all
pretty
year.
common.
I didn't realize it. I was like, I'm gonna drop this off. Like, what time do I have to pick it up? She was like, whenever. Like, we're open like 24 hours.
You're like, what?
What?
I've lived here for how many years?
Wait. So then I pick my like laundry up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, thanks.
I use fly cleaners for my laundry, so I don't even have to go
This
to
guy's
get
got
it.
like an app for
Oh, wow.
everything.
Yeah, I am one of those people. Like, especially when it's cold out, I want to leave my apartment as little as possible.
No, I hear you.
I hear you on that.
Definitely hear you on that.
All right. How was your guys' weeks? You guys talked about that already?
We did. We could recap.
Well, I'm excited for the.
How was your Christmas shopping coming?
Did you guys plug the show yet? Because I'm excited for tonight's.
No, we haven't actually
haven't
plugged the show yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Fashionably funny tonight.
Yeah, so
It's
like
going
tonight's
down.
the last Fashionably Funny of 2017.
Hey, hey.
Whoa, yeah.
At Broadway Comedy Club. So if you're watching live, you still have time to head over. We're going to start at 10 o'clock promptly. Get there by 9:30 if you want seats. But yeah, so we
So
have
I'm
Rodney's
hosting.
So excited.
Alex is on it.
Hey, hey.
We've got Mark Norman headlining, which is he's
So
always
excited.
a delight. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Mark is like funny as
So
fuck.
crazy.
You might see my mug on the lineup.
I really hope we do.
You know, we'll see because I might have overbooked it and I have to.
Ah,
I
man.
might have to like
Come.
drop myself because
can
I
squeeze you
do
in.
that. I get like overly excited. Like, yes, you can do a show and you can do a show and everyone can do a
You
podcast
can do a
on the
show.
spot.
Good.
Like,
You're
Look under your
Oprah
seats.
mode.
but yeah, no. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I got like the family coming through.
Oh,
They're coming
nice.
down in like
Wow.
a caravan. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
Yeah, family and family friends, like people I haven't seen my high school buddy. This guy been in like 3 years. He's
Oh,
like
shit.
he's one of those guys who's like he started off just like gluten free, that kind of stuff, and now he fully like makes his own water and shit. Lives on a farm. Is totally so. I haven't seen the guy in 3 months. He lives
He's
in
on a
Maine.
farm.
Yeah, he makes his own food. He's like super like off the grid kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's coming to a comedy show tonight.
No,
so,
that's awesome.
Wow.
yeah, this will be his first time back in the city in like years. So
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Be-
It's
How'd you get the word out to him? Did you have to send like a carrier pigeon or something? Or
You
like,
know,
like a
somehow
horse and buggy out to his place? Like what?
I don't know. He reached out to me. He must have a smartphone still, but I was shocked that he did. I really was.
Oh, he's got to be connected. He's
There's
like, wait
gotta
a
be
minute. Like,
something.
he's like, I'm off the grid, but I still need to be a little bit on the grid.
Somehow,
Like,
yeah. But dude, he's seriously like, I know it. People say off the grid a lot, but this guy makes his own cheese. Like, kills his own food. Like, doesn't buy
process.
food. Like, yeah, everything. It's crazy. So anyway, enough about Vin. But
Does
he'll be
he,
there tonight.
Give him the hose if they don't put the lotion on.
Yeah. He's not listening, so it's all good.
I got it.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach. High five.
Totally just dropped the phone flat down in the street. So
Yes, air high five right now.
yeah, I'm feeling it.
So,
But no, we capping weeks because I wanted to find out because there are straight guys in the room now.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a massage this week,
Oh,
and it was
And
not
right away he's
at
like, oh.
a reputable massage place. It was like a happy ending place.
you didn't know this going in.
I had no idea going in.
Oh, shit.
I found out about it when I paid $40 up front, which never fucking happens whenever I go do a massage. And then the lady like flips me over and she had like her boobs like right in my face. It was like massage like my whole body.
Rodney.
And
I would love
just
to have
like,
seen that.
what the
it's
fuck
like,
is
why are
this?
these titties there?
Like, why are the
They're-
titties
I'm
like literally in
trying
my
to relax.
face?
They're so in the way. Big sloppers. Get them off me.
So how
That's
far did she get?
amazing.
I mean, she got like really close to my nuts, and then like, I guess like she saw that I like, wasn't getting a boner, so like she didn't offer me like the second half hour, which is like what like my other straight friends were like, oh yeah, so like this what happens, like you do the first hour, and then they say, do you want extra half hour, and then that's like when they give you,
pretty
you know, the
accurate.
happy ending.
You know, I've never done it myself, but a bunch of my friends have, and yeah, it's usually like they ask for more money during the session or something like
Yeah.
that. Very similar story though, where they like rub their titties on you and get real close. So yeah.
Yeah.
You went to a legit, well, non-legit,
But
but a
like
legit.
a legit happy ending spot.
Yeah.
legit happy ending.
And it was all Asian
Is that
run.
the name of the place? Legit Happy Ending.
Yeah, legit
It
happy ending.
should be, Zach. It should be.
But no, it was like there was no music playing, like which like usually like, whenever I go to like massage parlors, like
Oh,
music
yeah.
and stuff, like and so
Like
like, I
Enya.
could hear the other guys like getting their massages, like
For real? You heard
yeah,
the... Oh,
I could
God.
hear
Like the
this-
mac and cheese.
yeah, like yeah, no, this
Why
one
you
guy
gotta
was
bring
like,
an icon?
"You're fucking amazing."
Oh, God.
That was a very
Well, I'm
accurate
trying to,
old
like-
white guy voice.
I was-
Of course, it was a white guy. Like, you know it was a white guy.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get turned on if I was hearing other dudes get jacked
No.
off 10 feet from me. I don't know. That's
I was gonna say that's the most repulsive sound is like straight guy sexual excitement is really disgusting because it's grunting. I'm okay with the grunting, but like if they start saying shit, it's the dumbest,
Dumbest shit.
horniest
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Where,
it is.
where
For
I,
real.
I don't know. I feel like with gay guys, it's like hot. Like, oh yeah, he's like gay. He's like really getting into it.
Yeah,
like,
I would
he
love
doesn't
to hear
usually
that.
do this, but like a straight guy that's like that paid this like fucking Chinese lady to jerk him off.
Yeah. Hopefully Japanese.
fucking
Yeah.
like moose noises and
they have
shit.
bigger
Yeah.
titties.
You know, I'm just kind
Yeah.
of resentful for the fact that there's no like happy ending spots for women. Like I have
Fair.
gotten so many
It's
massages
like
over the
$60
years.
extra, I bet.
What?
It's probably like an extra $60 you can get it done. I mean, like, come on. There's
Like-
no
Get it
problem. They don't
done.
real- they're not- they don't-
Zach, are
I
you
like
in masseuse?
legit, like I have
Are you looking for
gone,
$60?
Like I've never once had someone be like, "Oh, like you want an extra half hour?" Because like just out of pure dumbness, I probably be like, "Oh, okay. Like, I don't have any place to be." Like, you know,
I'm
like
already relaxed
it's
in the
like I'm
first hour.
relaxing. Like bring a little Chardonnay and let's get this party rolling. Like I wouldn't even like I think like I'd be like, "Oh, all right. Like how much?" Oh, that's like I wouldn't even think that like that's what they were trying to do. But like I've never been offered a happy ending, and you know, like, and I usually ask for male masseuses just because like I don't
You
I don't
asked
know.
them?
See, and
Like,
that-
yeah.
right. Well, I feel weird asking for like, oh,
I
you
see
got
what
any
you're saying.
guys?
Hot dudes. You got any dudes, man?
You got any dudes? Like,
And they're like, yeah, we'll hook
It's
you
like
up.
I don't want these little hands all over my body. Like I want to feel like nice, like big hands on my body. Like you know, like I'd
Well,
rather.
yeah, I always ask for a girl if I'm getting massage.
Yeah, I always
mean, it's
ask for a
just-
dude. Like
It would
yeah.
be on the whole thing would be I'd tense up. I would tense up if it was a dude on me. or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Sorry, Rodney. I mean,
No.
I was gonna say I give great massages.
well, you know, from a friend, I'd totally be cool with it. But if
like,
it's just random dude hands, I don't know. Man.
I've had
like-
both, and I actually prefer the dudes.
Ah.
That's how
Yeah.
secure I'm in my
Isolate that.
manhood. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You got
because
stronger
my back is
hands.
fucked up, and so like I
That-
need power. I need.
That's why I
need to
went.
just get it beaten
I'm like,
in there. Yeah.
man, I spent $40 for some titties. Like when I really needed to be like rubbed
Man.
out. Like what the fuck?
He
What
might
made
have
you
been
go to this-
manhandled.
So you just went to a random place?
Yeah, like it was like in my neighborhood. I was just like,
Ah.
oh, okay, this is like I should have known. It's like
Well,
literally, like,
what
right
neighborhood?
Next to the train station.
You want to give him a plug?
I'm in
case
Jackson
listeners wanna-
Heights. You get
Oh,
off on
come on.
82nd Street stop. 82nd Street 7
it's called
train.
legit happy ending.
It's
Yeah.
called
Yes.
legit happy ending. Upstairs, up the stairs.
Yo, whoever actually has a name is getting a nice plug.
Jackson Heights Avenue.
Definitely a place for that name.
I I don't know. It's something that bothers me though. It's like why wouldn't you have like a happy ending spot for ladies?
I feel like for women, you would have to pay for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
You don't
also
pay
like a
for it.
supply and demand thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's an economics thing. Like I don't think there's many women demanding
pay for
happy
dick.
endings.
I think that there would probably be more women that would be because there's a whole market for yoni massages.
What are yoni massages?
Yeah, well-
That's like basically like a vagina massage.
What?
Yeah, it's like
He's
it's
like, how can I become
Yeah,
a
yeah,
certified
what are you talking
masseuse?
about?
yeah, no, like there's
go to
like
med school?
they're like real, but those things are like ridiculously expensive. It's
But they
like
put the yoni balls in there, right?
it's like they do a whole thing, and then there's also like a vagina yoga kind of thing, and like it's like basically like you have somebody that is like rubbing you out, but like it's like I don't want to spend $500 for a weekend seminar. Like,
So what you're saying is
you should have seen you guys' faces this whole time right now. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was very confused. So they do have this, but it's just very priced at a high level.
right, and but
basically.
it's
Okay.
marketed as a yoni massage or orgasm yoga or some shit.
Oh, just say what it is, right? Why
yeah,
do they have
it's
to
like
fucking
some
do that?
guy charging you exorbitant prices to finger pop you. Like that's basically it.
I feel like I could do
that's what it is.
Wait, so you're mad that there's not a trashier version of that, is what you're saying?
What I'm saying is just like we're paying the pink tax
Yeah.
again. Like, why do I have to pay more money for razors and for a happy ending?
I think, like you said a
Damn.
minute ago, most guys would be willing to do it for free if you just asked them. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if a woman walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to finger blast me?" I'd be like, "Absolutely." There would not be like a
She's like, "I'll pay
monetary
you," and you're like, "Whoa."
negotiation immediately following. They'd probably just,
Excellent.
I don't know. It's like the
No, there's something to what
But
you're
I
saying.
see what you're
there's
saying.
something to
right.
what you're saying,
Like,
Marissa.
it would be nice to just have like a random spot in Queens you could go to and pay $40 and
it's like get a massage and get a massage.
yeah.
Like,
Bring somebody with you, Marissa. I'm a little worried about your decision making.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah, because guys are seen. I mean, look, especially straight guys that are massaging women are going to be seen as like, I don't know, that's a risky move, man. To
Right.
just start going for it. I don't know.
it's
I don't think I'd do
fine for massage envy. Did you guys hear about that?
it. No, I have no idea what that is.
So, I believe it's called Massage Envy, and it's like a franchise of massage parlors, and over 160 women have been sexually assaulted there.
Well, there you go. That's
See,
disgusting. Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah. But they were not expecting a happy ending.
Right, but it's like you can't write that on something to say, hey, like, because
It's
I feel
always
like there needs to be like
covert.
a contract or something, like before you go in there, because guys are not like gonna say, oh shit, she gave me a happy ending, I'm suing.
Yeah,
like,
that never
Yeah,
happens.
chicks-
Yeah.
And I bet there are some dudes that like were not thinking like you.
I mean,
You
right.
certainly could say you were sexually assaulted because you didn't want it. I mean,
Yeah,
you were
no, yeah, he's
you were
right.
really
oblivious.
true.
You
I
were
didn't want
oblivious to it.
I was completely oblivious.
That's correct. Innocent, even.
Yeah.
But like my question was, if it was a
Innocent.
guy,
You're a dude.
would you have been like thrown off by it? Like, or would
if
you
it
have been
was
like
a guy,
you would have been like,
I
oh,
would
all
have gotten my
right.
dick sucked.
Yeah, you
Okay.
would have went through with it. Rodney's
You're
a
like,
fucking
all right,
trooper.
fuck these
okay?
pants. How much for your mouth? Like,
Yeah, Rodney's a soldier. You just set him up.
Why won't you put these balls in my face?
it's like,
So let me ask a really creepy devil's advocate kind of question.
okay,
Oh, this sounds
So
terrible.
you were saying that there's a massage place where women claim that they were sexually assaulted, right?
Yeah.
So how many of them, when the dude went for it, were just like into it and like were because you were saying that you were wondering if there's a place where you could go. Apparently, that's the place. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
Okay.
think that was the place though, because like from what I was reading, that this was not like a finger popping thing. It's like it's
love that.
more like he's like jerking off into your face.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
Rodney's
like-
so excited.
Oh.
Wow.
So like that's
Yeah, okay.
that's not a
Exist.
happy ending for her.
No, definitely not. Okay.
So then
It
there's
could be
other.
if she even contains a jerk.
uh,
I guess no, that wouldn't be happy
No, that's
for
not
you.
very
So
happy.
really, well, what's the terminology? So I say finger blast. You say finger pop.
Blast sounds crazy.
What do you guys? What
I'd
else?
say finger pop.
Finger
pop.
blast.
I've always said finger pop. I listen to a lot
Finger
of Patrice
blast
growing
sounds
up.
like a fist.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
$80
sounds
extra.
painful.
yeah. There's something about a blast that it sounds very very aggressive.
Yes, yeah,
Like-
too aggressive. Pop is kind of aggressive, but
Like,
it's on the back.
blast.
Yeah, but you can have a soda pop, and like,
Yes.
there's nothing aggressive about a soda
When I hear
pop.
pop, it sounds like you're breaking something. That's why I'm not okay. I don't want to break anybody's vagina. You know, that's
Well, a blast,
You just
like
go
a
around
rocket
breaking
blast.
vaginas? Right.
You're just
do
gonna
is blast.
blast through a uterus right now.
Right.
So what do you
want
what do
to
you
break it? You want to blast
So what
it.
do you say when you say fingering somebody? What's
Well,
your
I
term?
mean, I don't think Rodney's really in that
I don't
rhetoric.
really pop pussy.
Yeah.
So
I would say finger pop. I think most people say finger
like,
pop.
yeah, I think
I've never
pop
heard that
is
until I
most
sat down at this table.
Really?
That's why I have so
Yeah.
many
Never
questions.
listened to-
Yeah,
You never listened to Patricio O'Neill talk about
No.
use the finger-
Finger
okay.
pop, yeah.
He's like,
finger
it's like
pop.
my favorite.
I mean, I finger pop buttholes.
That I would like to see that. I would like to see that. I also would like to hear the sounds of like, or not the sounds, but like the way gay guys like sexually are excited, like what I was saying before, how straight guys are the worst. I would love to hear how into it gay guys get. I feel like they would be more poetic.
It gets
you know?
intense.
Oh, intense.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like a lot of my porn that I listen, like
Yeah.
that I watch, is
Yeah.
like verbal. It's
Oh.
verbal porn.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. What do you mean? Like, can you break that down?
That
Like-
means that like the guy's just like, yeah, suck my dick, faggot.
And oh,
Whoa.
Jesus.
It's very aggressive. It's
and
very aggressive.
And Rodney, but Rodney, just to be clear here, you enjoy that, right?
I mean, I like to watch it. I
Yeah.
don't know if I would like it myself.
Right, but like from the third party perspective,
Yeah.
you enjoy it.
You know,
You know.
he's getting into
I actually-
it. They're getting into it.
If I'm being
That's
honest.
fine. But it's somebody
No,
to
I got
say
my
that
dick
to
jumped
me
a little bit. That was
while
aggressive.
I was sucking his dick, like, yeah, suck that dick, faggot. I'd probably be like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
I
didn't.
love having Rodney here. It's such a better perspective than usual.
You know, we're you guys are learning things. Ladies would like a happy ending. Rodney
Yes.
would like to watch someone be called a faggot, but not
Sure.
himself. You know, these things.
It's true.
Sharing is caring, you guys.
This
That's
is great.
That's how it rolls. So, Alex,
Yeah.
2017.
Did you like this topic?
It's been a crazy year.
It has
It's been a crazy
year. Let's before we get into this, let's just talk about the craziest stuff that has happened. So obviously Trump.
Trump, yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Trump being elected just in general. The
Right.
stuff he has done, sure. The way he drinks water, what? You
Yeah.
know. But have
The
you
way
seen those
he drinks
pictures?
water?
Oh, you got to watch those pictures and those memes. Has anyone seen that?
No.
He drinks water like a little child.
Yeah.
He is
Two
a little
hands.
child.
He's weird though. Like who drinks water? Like
Well,
politics
he's
aside,
got those
how
little hands. He needs to.
I think
it's
he's
like
on,
he's
like-
got those little monkey paws. and
I think
like-
he's got like dentures or something. There's something going on.
Oh my god, dude, he's so sick to that out right there. Are you kidding me? He
That's
almost dropped
exactly
his teeth
right.
in the water
Zach's
bottle.
on my side.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
He's
it's-
totally got dentures. He's got to.
He has
Like
dentures.
his teeth
Have
are
you heard
just
the
like,
way
it doesn't even make sense.
the way he sounds
Like-
delivering his speeches over the last like 3 months? It sounds like he just got dentures. Like that was
Well,
my
yeah,
theory.
no.
I didn't know anyone agreed.
He
with
sounds
me.
like someone doing like a bad fucking George Washington impression.
yeah, or
everyone's
like a
like,
Tom
oh, sure, he
Brokaw.
talks with
You
his-
can't say his L's.
Like, why do you? It's gonna sound like the old guy from fucking
Sorry.
Family Guy soon. It's insane.
Do a better one. Yeah, so Trump being elected. All right, we'll check that off.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then there's all the sexual Harvey Weinstein stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
did you guys hear this T.J. Miller business?
Yeah, I just heard about
Mhm.
it.
It's I don't know. It's
upsetting.
like, when does this end? It's like the Charlie Rose. I was just kind of like, what the fuck? But like,
I kind of wasn't surprised by Charlie Rose.
really?
He just looked like a creep all those years.
He's just like looks like a grandpa.
No, but he was always so like anyone that leans in as much as Charlie Rose like into an interview, like
I just
I
kind
don't
of
know,
felt like,
man.
you know, he was like an interested person that just wanted to hear people's stories.
you know who surprised me? Matt Lauer. That
Oh,
one I
that's
I
was
was
like,
gonna
nice.
say,
He
man.
looked like
Yeah,
a
that-
dick.
that
I gotta
one
be
that
honest,
surprised
I wasn't
me.
happy
That
to see him
didn't.
go down though. I fucking hate that man.
yeah, he was always a prick. I'm with you, Zach.
Yeah, like to me, Matt Lauer just looked like a dick. So
Yeah.
I
I'm still kind of
he's
shocked
like-
about Russell Simmons.
Oh my god, me too.
Like,
See, I can't even keep track.
I just
forgot
always
about
thought that he was like this like zen, vegan,
Almost like asexual
like,
looking.
asexual, like.
But
then
his
he
wife
fucking
was like
with
so
Kimura.
hot. Exactly.
Yeah.
His wife was so hot. Like, why would you need to be like molesting people?
Right,
Well-
because you have like
Like a hot wife.
fucking wife.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah.
Those are the ones you got to watch out for. The ones that outwardly put a personality of non-threateningness
That's
publicly.
true.
Those because they're smoke
Good
screening your
point.
bad
Kevin
behavior.
Spacey too.
Oh my god.
That was
Oh my
another one. I
God.
was just like, what the fuck?
Did you hear what he was saying too? Like, so he was like grabbing
Do you
people.
still want to see House of Cards, though?
Yeah, the House of Cards guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
No, I'm saying, do we still want to see like another season, though?
well, like, if
I mean-
truthfully, yes, but like, you know,
Well, you have to support the fact that like they
See,
fired
see,
him, so
now
like, you
there's,
have to.
I don't know.
we're not gonna see another one. Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
No,
We're not.
they're
I
coming
know,
out with
I'm just
another
saying.
Are
season
you
without
ser-
Kevin
That is
Spacey.
a terrible idea.
It's the
Yeah.
last season. It's gonna be
He was
without
the
Kevin
whole
Spacey.
show. Let's be
He was,
honest. He was
yeah.
the whole show.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there was some other stuff, but
tell that to Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I had an open communication with Netflix. Yeah, all right. So all those Kevin Spacey.
Wait, so
grabbing
what
pe-
was Kevin Spacey saying?
He was grabbing people's dicks, and there was with this one quote where he grabbed this guy's dick and said, "This designates ownership," and that
Oh.
is the creepiest thing that I've
Oh.
ever heard in my entire life. I don't understand what that means.
Is that what happened to you at
And
the
the
massage
kid was
parlor
like
the other
18
day?
years old.
Uh,
It's disgusting, man.
I mean, I've had the reverse where like a guy would be like, "You own me," but like I've never
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
had a situation where like someone is just like, "I own you."
it was weird the way
Yeah.
it came out. Like, and then I was just like, I could see him saying that. Ugh. All
Yeah.
right, so that's another whole thing that happened in 2017.
Oh,
right?
So much dick grabbing on the show today.
There's
Yeah,
always dick
some
grabbing
hot,
on the
some
show.
rapey, some
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to Big Talk. There's a dick grabby show.
really,
Like,
a grabby show
You know-
recapping a grabby year.
yeah.
we got a pussy grabbing president, so we
That's
have
right.
to like you know,
You know,
We started it with
this
grabbing.
is feminism. God damn it.
you gotta,
Oh, God.
you gotta even it out some kind
We're
of
so
way.
far away from that. So my big question was, with all this craziness happening in 2017, do we think there's any signs of this, maybe not ending, but maybe 2018 being a less crazy,
No.
less high tension
Yes,
year?
absolutely.
Okay, so you
Absolutely
say
not.
yes, you say no.
No.
I'm leaning.
I'm towards yes.
I'm like I'm like
hoping.
60-40 split towards like yes, just because I can't imagine
It
another
getting
year like
worse?
this. Yeah, just this year was so
Here's-
crazy.
I
We're
kind of
gonna
feel
get
like
closer.
an impeachment coming on.
That could
like
happen.
that, like
That's like a
2018 would be
year
like,
away.
The impeachment will happen.
I don't even
something
think
like
that
I don't
that
think
will
that's
clear
happening.
everything up because it's just
Yeah,
like
that-
we're so
Impeachment would be like a year away at best.
Right.
If you even
takes
if
a
like
while.
with as fast as technology is now, like if you map on to like the Nixon impeachment, like that was almost like 3-4 years.
it took a
Like
really long
yeah,
So
so
no,
like
actually, it was not an impeachment; it was a resignation.
he resigned so he wouldn't get impeached.
Exactly.
Right.
But he would have been impeached. Now, Trump doesn't give a shit about his legacy, so he doesn't care if he gets impeached or not.
Right.
But like if you like map onto the Nixon impeachment or Watergate hearings and then like kind of excel that by technology, we're still looking at like a year and a half, 2 years before anything real happens. But
That's the
but
logical
my
answer.
major there's two things up in the